All right, sending your kid off to college comes with a lot of advice, including watch out for that freshman 15. So on this Wellness Wednesday, we're weighing in on that conversation. See what I did there? As a mom, you know, we have the concerns. We want our college kid to feel free to eat what they want, but you also want them to eat right. So we invited Dietitian Meridan Zerner to break it all down for us. Good morning to you, my friend.
It is the back-to-school college edition.
It is. Okay, and I got to tell you, I'm not normally taller than Meridan. They have me standing on this crate because otherwise I'd look really, really short. And to stand above here, this is so true. Let's talk a little bit about the freshman 15. Is that a real thing, or is that a kind of more of a myth?
It actually is a little bit of a myth. So I have the reveal here. How much the first-year college student gains is actually 3 pounds, okay?
3 pounds.
But the problem is it's cumulative. So they're going to gain 3, and then the next year 3. It's kind of like what we do during the holidays, right?
That's exactly right.
So it's a very worthy conversation to be talking about healthy habits maybe before they head out to set them up for success. So it's just, hey, those quick reminders of healthy habits that you can sustain and still have a little fun during college.
And it's also more than just the food. It's also who and where they're eating. That's sometimes more important than actually what they're eating.
Yeah, they've done some fun research, and they really look at, we all eat more in a bigger group.
That's very true.
We eat more when we're fatigued.
We have those party nachos in front of us, especially when we're sleep deprived and we've been studying, crashing for a test.
My roommate used to say, gosh, you know what would be good right now? Wings. We should order wings.
Absolutely.
And you're like, oh, okay. So there's a lot to that. And just to be mindful of it heading in and to really kind of hold true to the habits that make sense for their body. Again, occasionally get a fruit or a vegetable, be set up to get a fruit or a vegetable in the dining hall. Remember, you've got this kind of plate model that you can utilize, half of the plate being some sort of vegetable, a quarter of your plate in general being some kind of lean protein, and then filling a quarter with, you know, whatever, a healthy starch preferably. But if you can work from this model, you're going to be calorie accountable and get some health.
And that is like a really simple model to use. I mean, that really does kind of spell it out pretty clearly with the vegetables here, a little bit of protein, and then the third option being
some kind of starch, some energy, carbohydrate.
Okay, so get those carbs in there too.
For sure. And you know, if college kids can even get 2 to 3 consistent meals, guess what? Their GPA is higher.
Really? And so studies show that. That's really what it's revealed.
It's a 2.9 GPA versus 2.6 for those that have consistent meals, at least 2 to 3. So listen, if you even get up at 11 a.m., noon, get a breakfast, get something. I don't care if it is a protein bar. I don't care if your backpack has just got an apple and like a peanut butter. I really want you to get in something and be prepared to get in something, which means you've sent your kid off with some healthy snacks to fill their dorm fridge.
I love the fact that you did the dorm fridge. And by the way, go Baylor Bears. My son just graduated
Boomer
from
Sooner,
Baylor.
baby.
Yeah, and Boomer Sooners. You've got everybody represented because these dorm fridges, this is very easy for us to pack it with stuff, with junk. And being able to have this and have it well represented. And as you mentioned, it doesn't have to be complicated. Grab and go. That is some great options when it comes to, because the kids are on the move. They're constantly moving.
They're on the move, and you know, I love a good culture cottage cheese. I love a Greek yogurt in there. Freeze-dried fruit doesn't go bad. I have a shaker cup for my son who's at St. Louis University, and this way he can make a quick smoothie. This is a good time for them to just have a multivitamin, honestly.
Okay.
Right? Because they're probably not eating well. And usually, we always say you can get it through food. They're not eating great all the time. So you know what? This is a chapter for immune system to give them a good multi.
And that's also a good practice as they eventually start adulting. Once they graduate, once they get into the habit of taking that multivitamin, learning the basics, the importance of kind of getting fueled in the morning, making sure that they've got the energy and are prepared for the classroom. That is great lessons to learn for the rest of your life. But also, let's talk about the late night eating. Because as we mentioned, when we are with groups, let's order that pizza, let's order those wings, let's grab those nachos. That can be a problem.
Well, for sure, and the calories add up. We always eat more when we're fatigued, up to 400 calories more. So we want to know that and be ready with some healthier snacks if we are up late eating. When we're up late, by the way, we're so fatigued, and kids really rely on caffeine like nobody's business. We want to have the caffeine conversation, right?
Yes.
400 milligrams is kind of a max.
And not just for the kids, but maybe for the grown-ups that have a tendency
Maybe.
to have a lot of caffeine. How much caffeine is too much caffeine?
So ballparking it at about 400 milligrams, that's like 2 cups of coffee. I mean, some of these drinks are pretty stout. They've got a lot in it, and I just want to be mindful of how much, do the math. We also want to have that really important conversation, maybe you've already had it, about alcohol. And maybe it's not your kid, it's going to be their roommate.
It's always the other kid, right?
It's the other kid. And so, too much, what is, where do we have alcohol poisoning?
Yeah.
And we want to be mindful, and for everybody, particularly young women, we want to know if anything has gotten into the drink. If you ever leave a drink unattended, you've got these little strips that can check to see
so smart.
Has any odd GHB or something been dropped into your drink.
Wait, I need to know more about this.
Yeah, this is really helpful.
What is this thing?
This is a little test strip. You put a drop of your beverage onto the test strip, and it will indicate if it's unsafe or safe to drink. If you've left it alone, or if you just aren't sure about your circumstances, you want to be mindful of what you're drinking, how much you're drinking.
Where do you get these? That is a great thing for women to have on hand if they're going to be going out to the bars.
Very important. And I mean, you can order them online. There's a couple different brands. This is just one that I grabbed. I believe there's some in your regular pharmacy as well. But again, being armed with the knowledge of what to look for, what does alcohol toxicity look like, when do you need to call and get help for your friend? These are conversations to have before they get there.
And also, it's taking advantage of those health facilities that are there on campus, too. They're there as a resource. They can really help you. And not only if something adversely has happened, but also from a preventative standpoint. I think that is really, really good advice.
Yeah, I sent my son with the little, the first aid kit. So he was set up for the basics, where there was ibuprofen, right? There was a cough medicine. But I really wanted him to know, where's your campus health center? It's part of what you're paying for. And hey, if they're overwhelmed, what's the nearest quick clinic?
Yeah.
Because there were times when he really had to tap that if he needed care.
You need to find out those things ahead of time. That's the key thing. I want to thank you. Where can people find you?
MeridanZernerNutrition.com.
All right. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Meridan.